Guys?
So the Scream franchise adds another hit as Scream 6 released in theaters this weekend, and it's one of 3 major theatrical releases that are out in theaters this weekend. I had the opportunity to attend the Scream 6 fan event, which was actually super dope. I got to see a 3D screening of Scream, and it was accompanied by this really cool poster of Ghostface in his knife. So that was actually a pretty cool event that I got to attend. It's nice not only to be able to see Scream early before its Friday theatrical debut, but I also got to see it with some dedicated Scream fans in theaters, so it made the movie experience a lot more lively. People were clapping and cheering, and it was actually a pretty cool and awesome event. So I'm now going to give a brief synopsis of Scream 6, and then I'm going to go into my thoughts and reactions, and then at the end of the video I'm going to give my rating for Scream. Alert, there are some slight spoilers that are going to be in this video, so if you've not seen the movie yet, pause this video right now, go to the movie theater right now, go watch Scream 6 right now, then come back, sit right here, and then tune on to the video. Like always, if you're digging the content, please make sure you hit the sub button. Please hit that sub button, subscribe to my channel, hit the sub button before Ghostface stabs that sub button for you. Not kidding, kind of.
What's up?
We're in no small town, Woodsboro, anymore, as this movie takes place in the Big Apple, New York City, and is a direct sequel and follows the events that happened in 2022's Scream 5. This movie dives into the post-traumatic lives of Samantha, Tara, Chad, and Mindy, aka the Core 4, as they start this whole new chapter in their lives. Tara, Chad, and Mindy are attending Blackmore University, and Samantha is there to keep an eye on her sister. They stay at an apartment that they share with other roommates, which we're introduced to in the movie, Quinn and Annika. The transplant phenomenon is now depicted in Scream, but little do they know, Ghostface is very still much after them. We see this friend group, the Core 4, handling trauma and grief differently, right? Tara, Chad, and Mindy want to get on with their lives. They want to move on as they're now in college, and as seen in the beginning, they're attending this frat party, while Samantha, on the other hand, is dealing with her grief a little bit differently by focusing on trying to heal. She's going to see a therapist while also hooking up with her neighbor on the low. That was blatantly obvious. But the problem with Samantha kind of having these many different therapists is that they're also starting to believe that she may be the killer as well. And these therapists are like, well, it seems like I have to report all this. So we see in the movie that Chad and Tara are developing feelings for each other as they're processing the fact that they both almost died. And Mindy is back to her ways and outlining the typical narratives of horror movies, but this time she goes all in on franchises. It's funny because March is a franchise heavy movie month, so what an actual coincidence. You go, Mindy. Ghostface is immediately on the hunt as we find out that Ghostface is actually Detective Bailey, and his children, Quinn and Ethan, are all working together collaboratively in seeking revenge for Samantha killing her ex-boyfriend Richie. Detective Bailey is revealed to be, guess what? Richie's father. Damn. This family is really messed up in the head. So Richie was a super hardcore fanatic of the stab movies, and Detective Bailey built a whole shrine in dedication to his favorite child. Now this shrine pays homage to all the different types of ghost faces during the years. So we see on the projector in the shrine previous clips from the past movies. This is like a pure dedication to the many different types of ghost faces that we saw throughout the years during the franchise. We also got an interesting cameo as we get Hayden Panettiere. She plays Detective Kirby.
We share a certain history.
She is now an FBI detective, and she was formerly one of the leads in Scream 4. The whole theater literally clapped when she was revealed to be an FBI detective now, so that was pretty awesome to see. Also, this movie paid a lot of homage to the former Scream movies, and Courtney Cox is back as Gail Withers, who Sam and Tara have this kind of beef with because they felt that she was capitalizing and making money off these traumatic incidents that were happening to all of them, and now she's super wealthy. We see her living in a nice apartment, a nice penthouse warehouse apartment. So this sums up the movie pretty much. Now on to my favorite scene. My favorite scene in the movie has to be the train scene. Now I know parts of the train scene were shown in the trailer. I really like how it was depicted. Everyone around in the train are in different costumes and it's Halloween weekend. Some of them are in Ghostface masks, which makes them all paranoid. You never know which mask has the actual Ghostface in it. They're all like super paranoid. They're like, oh my god, is that Ghostface? We even see one scene where one of the Ghostface in the mask are like walking towards them and they get all shook, but it's actually somebody that's just trying to leave, get off the train at their stop, and they get all paranoid because it makes it seem like that Ghostface is like going towards them to harm them. I also liked how they portrayed how people were reacting to Sam and the events that occurred in Woodsboro. The fact that she is the daughter of Billy Loomis, people like are starting to think that she is the psycho, that she is the killer, because all of these events are kind of following her everywhere. People are coming up to their conclusions that she may be involved, that she may be the actual person under the Ghostface mask. This was all like conspiracy theories fed by Detective Bailey, Quinn, Ethan, possibly Richie and Amber as well. As they spread rumors, they spread conspiracy theories all over the internet with the conclusion that Sam is the killer, and Sam is getting a lot of hateful things said to her. We see people recognizing her, calling her a psycho and calling her a killer, and at one point she has like an emotional breakdown in which she's supported by her friends. That's friend support. The core four, like y'all can joke about the core four, but that's friends right there. That's what friends are supposed to do. In the movie, like they're all spreading conspiracy theories about how Sam may be the killer. Kind of pays homage to the conspiracy theories that are spread at this present moment on the internet. So I also love how Sam is starting to kind of shift in taking some of her dad's violent tendencies. Her touching the shrine dedicated to her dad, she kind of touches it with her palms. It's kind of like an inheriting of her dad's violent tendencies, or his character traits, or kind of like worshipping it or some sort of way. Like the way she touches the glass, her using her dad's knife also, and putting on her dad's mask, killing Detective Bailey the way that she did. We're seeing this slight shift in Sam, which has me interested on where they're gonna go from here. Will we see Sam start to adopt more of those violent tendencies that her dad had? Tara's definitely starting to notice them. I think she's right now still traumatized by like what just happened, but she is definitely starting to notice trends of violent tendencies. In typical Scream fashion, parts of the movie had us believing that certain other people may have been the killer. I personally think that Scream 5 did a better job in making me believe other people were the killers. It was kind of nice to see the three ghost faces kind of pop up and reveal that they were working collaboratively. Kirby becomes a suspect at one point. Sam's neighbor, Danny, becomes very sus at one point. But it was a nice reveal when we see the three ghost faces pop up at the end. I thought that went crazy. Just seeing three ghost faces, they're all family. Ethan reveals himself and then Quinn reveals himself. Like, we all thought Quinn was dead, but she wasn't dead. It was a plant by her dad. So that was actually pretty fire. That was a pretty fire reveal. So now for my rating. I give Scream 6 an 8 out of 10. I thought this was an amazing continuation of the franchise. It is very hard when you're trying to kind of bring up a new reiteration of that original franchise. It is very hard to do that. I see a lot of franchises fail. So the estimated box office numbers for this movie are between 36 and 40 million, which is kind of insane. Last year, Scream did really well on its opening weekend as well. Massive success of the new reiterations of the Scream franchise is giving more of a creative lens and allowing them to expand the story. I'm seeing a lot of Scream fans really impressed with this movie as well. Melissa Barrera, by the way, absolutely delivered in this movie. She got some slight criticism in Scream 5. This was a major performance improvement. Fantastic job to the rest of the cast as well. Jenna Ortega did phenomenal as always as well. We've seen the rise of Jenna Ortega popularity, and I really like how this movie didn't make it feel like she was overshadowing. So that wraps up my review for Scream 6. That wraps up my thoughts for Scream 6. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Scream 6. Thumbs up on this video. Thank you again for all the support. I see it, I hear the feedback. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and Spoutible at Elvis vs. the World. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. And thank you all for watching. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.